From the birth of a nation to the first steps on the moon, the United States journey is a tapestry woven with pivotal moments. In the early mists of history, settlers arrived on distant shores, driven by the promise of freedom and opportunity. They established small communities that would later evolve into thriving settlements. Their hope sparked a flame that would illuminate the path to independence and change the course of history. The story of the United States begins with the encounters between diverse peoples on a vast unfamiliar land. Native cultures flourished long before European ships graced the horizon. Early explorers landed on rocky coasts, trading goods and knowledge with indigenous tribes. These initial interactions, sometimes harmonious and other times fraught with misunderstanding, laid the groundwork for future encounters. With each new wave of settlers, ideas, technologies, and customs blended into a complex mosaic of human experience. The seeds of a nation were sown amid both cooperation and conflict. As European colonization deepened, a sense of shared destiny grew among the settlers. Life was harsh, yet hopeful, and communities began to knit together under the ideals of self-governance and mutual respect. However, these ideals would soon be tested by the heavy hand of imperial rule. In the mid-18th century, tensions escalated as the colonies chafed under unjust taxation and strict control from across the Atlantic. The fervor for liberty reached its peak when leaders from diverse colonies united to draft the Declaration of Independence. Adopted on July 4, 1776, this seminal document proclaimed that all individuals possessed unalienable rights such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The Declaration lit a fire that would ignite a revolution, a war for independence that would reshape the destiny of a nation. During the Revolutionary War, brave men and women risked everything in a struggle against overwhelming odds. Battles were fought in muddy fields under gloomy skies, and every victory, no matter how small, rekindled the hope of freedom. Soldiers and civilians alike believed that the sacrifices they made would birth a nation built on principles of equality and justice. Even as blood stained the battlefields, the spirit of self-determination and resilience surged throughout the colonies. Victory over British rule was hard-won, yet the ideals that drove the fight for independence would serve as the cornerstone of the emerging United States. In the early decades following independence, the fledgling nation faced the daunting task of forging a unified government from disparate colonies. State leaders convened in tumultuous debates about the proper balance between state and federal power. The young republic struggled with its identity, attempting to honor the revolutionary zeal while contending with the harsh realities of nation-building. Nevertheless, foundational institutions were created, and dreams of a democratic society propelled leaders forward. The words of the Declaration echoed in public speeches and discussions, reminding citizens that the nation was built on principles meant to secure freedom for all. A monumental turning point arrived in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase, a bold and expansive move that doubled the territory of the United States. The acquisition added approximately 827,000 square miles of land west of the Mississippi River to the nation's domain. This vast stretch of wilderness held both promise and peril, embodying the spirit of discovery while also stirring fears of unchecked ambition. The purchase paved the way for westward expansion, instilling a sense of possibility and manifest destiny. Pioneers pressed onward into unknown lands, driven by the promise of opportunity, the allure of prosperity, and the hope of a better life. As settlers ventured further west, the heartbeat of the nation quickened with the promise of new beginnings. Towns sprang up along rugged trails, and communities that once only existed in dreams transformed into vibrant centers of commerce, culture, and innovation. But along this path of ambition, conflict grew. The expansion brought forth tensions between those who saw opportunity in growth and those who feared the loss of long-standing traditions. The wilderness was filled with hope and hardship, mirroring the internal struggles of the nation itself. Bound by a deep connection to the land and its ideals, Americans found themselves at a crossroads between progress and preservation. The 19th century was marked by dramatic shifts that redefined the social and political landscapes of America. One of the most profound challenges arose from the institution of slavery, a dark chapter that stained the nation's soul. Economic interests clashed with moral imperatives, spiraling the country into an ever-deepening division. The Civil War, fought from 1861 to 1865, became a crucible of change that would ultimately lead to the abolition of slavery and the reunification of a fractured nation. It was a conflict of monumental human cost, yet it affirmed a commitment to the lofty ideals upon which the nation was founded. The scars of that conflict have long been etched into the fabric of the nation, yet the resolve to overcome them remains a testament to the enduring human spirit. In the aftermath of the Civil War, as the country began to heal, the principles of equality and justice took on renewed importance. The struggle was far from over, and the challenges of Reconstruction demanded a careful balancing of old loyalties and new beginnings. The courage of those who fought for freedom and the bravery of those who sought to unite a divided people brought about profound changes. The promise of rebirth during the Reconstruction era signaled the potential for reconciliation and transformation as communities worked tirelessly to rebuild lives and forge a common future. The 20th century heralded an era of unprecedented change, marked by both global conflict and internal transformation. The United States found itself on the world stage during 2 world wars, each conflict steering the nation toward a more prominent role in global affairs. While the battles abroad tested military might and strategic prowess, the home front witnessed significant social and political progress. Amid the turmoil of war, the nation's industrial might grew, and technological advancements accelerated at a pace never seen before. One of the most stirring episodes in this century was the Civil Rights Movement, a monumental struggle for justice that sought to eradicate racial injustice and segregation. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, which outlawed discriminative practices, was not a piece of legislation, but a proclamation of dignity and equality. Driven by the courage of activists, the movement captured the hearts and minds of countless Americans who envisioned a society where everyone was treated with equal respect. The sacrifices made during this era ignited further discussions about rights, privileges, and responsibilities, leaving a lasting impact on the nation's moral and legal framework. The space race in the latter half of the century symbolized both technological prowess and human curiosity. The Apollo 11 mission in 1969 was a defining moment when American astronauts landed the first humans on the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin etched their names into history as they ventured into the unknown, their footsteps marking a giant leap for mankind. This achievement not only underscored the nation's innovative spirit, but also expanded the horizons of what was thought possible. The moon landing represented a bridge between the dreams of past generations and the bright promise of a future defined by exploration and discovery. As we continue our journey through the decades, the modern era reflects a nation continually reimagining itself. The United States has transformed into a global leader, navigating complex international landscapes while striving to uphold the timeless values enshrined in its founding documents. Key technological advancements, modern political debates, and evolving social norms interact to shape a dynamic and often unpredictable society. The fabric of modern America is woven from threads of tradition and change, blending the pioneering spirit of the past with innovations that chart the course for tomorrow. Through it all, the core principles of the nation remain clear: a commitment to individual freedom, the pursuit of justice, and the resilience to overcome adversity. Each historical chapter, from the fervor of the revolutionary spirit to the groundbreaking achievements in space exploration, has contributed to the evolving identity of the United States. This chronicle of conflict and resolution, of triumph and trial, stands as a compelling testament to the power of dreams and the relentless drive to better a world in constant flux. Our story is not just about battles fought or territories won. It is a narrative of ideals and values that have continually been reinvented to suit the needs of a changing society. The challenges of each era have demanded courage, innovation, and a determination to carve out a better future. From the stormy days of revolution to the transformative years of civil rights and beyond, history is both a mirror and a roadmap, a reflection of human imperfection and a guide to future greatness. As we reflect on the sweeping journey of American history, one cannot help but feel a deep sense of awe and gratitude. The courage to rise against injustice, the wisdom to learn from the past, and the imagination to envision a better tomorrow are qualities that have defined every generation. They remind us that even in the face of overwhelming obstacles, hope can prevail and progress is possible. Each milestone in this long and storied saga has built upon the one before, contributing to an intricate narrative of human struggle and achievement. This documentary invites us to explore the defining events that have shaped the United States, from the bold strokes of revolution and the turbulent years of civil war to the transformative leaps in science and civil rights. It is a tribute to the enduring human spirit that dares to dream, innovate, and unite in the quest for a more perfect union. Every chapter in this narrative serves as a reminder that the pursuit of liberty and justice is a timeless and evolving journey, one that continues to inspire future generations. Today, the United States stands as a beacon of hope and a testament to the transformative power of ideals. History is not a static record of the past, but a living, breathing journey that continues to evolve. It is up to us to carry forward the legacy of those who came before, to learn from their triumphs and mistakes, and to create a future that honors the spirit of resilience and progress. In acknowledging our past, we gain the wisdom to forge a path ahead, a path defined by unity, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to the common good. In the echoes of our nation's storied past, we hear the voices of those who dared to challenge the status quo, embracing both the glory of victory and the lessons of hardship. Every landmark moment, every battle won or lost, every new frontier explored has contributed to a rich legacy that defines what it means to be American. The journey from colonial settlements to the bustling, dynamic society of today is a story of determination, transformation, and boundless possibility. It is a narrative that underscores the power of hope and the importance of perseverance in the face of adversity. Now, as we look back through centuries of struggle, innovation, and triumph, let us carry with us the enduring message that the spirit of America is ever resilient and always forward-looking. This chronicle of historical milestones is an invitation to reflect, learn, and be inspired by the relentless drive that has made this nation a crucible for progress and possibility. Its narrative continues to unfold, inviting every one of us to share in the tradition of growth, renewal, and eternal optimism. Join us as we explore the defining events that have shaped the United States from its founding to the present day.